Okay, so today we're gonna talk about, I think Charlotte mentioned. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, or if you didn't want me to say your name. If it makes you feel any better, nobody really knows me, so I'm not like you. No one's gonna find us, basically. And you asked about, I'm guessing you're in high school, or you've been in school, so you're worried about the work, starting a job, and switching from being a student to someone that works. And honestly, I was too, but for me, if you have social anxiety, school is the worst. Especially if you're talking about high school, I think work is easier to deal with than school. School is one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with for my social anxiety. It was easier when you had a friend group, but it was still pretty hard, especially when the kids were assholes. In the work area, you can report people, or you could always leave the workplace, but with school it was difficult because we'd have to convince our mom or our parents. Okay, but yeah, I think it really depends. It sucks because with school and work, it's basically somewhere you're always gonna be around at. So if it sucks, it's really gonna suck. I'm just gonna go. So it really depends on where you work and the people. I can't tell you it's gonna be amazing, because it's always gonna be different and things are always gonna change. So that's what the biggest struggle with me though with finding a job is finding one that caters to my social anxiety problem, where it's no customers late at night because I can't sleep at night. Just stuff like that, finding a job that works well with you. But if I can find it, you're definitely gonna find something. That's what I've always thought. If I can find a place in this world, everybody can. Because it's I have all these weaknesses or insecurities. And I guess it's not a good idea to cater to all your, weak problems or whatever. Because now you're just not getting rid of them. You're kind of just hiding them away. But if that's what it takes to get us out of our shelf slowly, then why not? You can't just jump into things when you're not ready and put yourself in situations where it's too much to handle, that it breaks you. I would just say try to find a job that's in some way helps you, or in some way doesn't put you in a spot where you're uncomfortable. For me, it's I don't deal with customers ever, so I'm always warehouse jobs, and all I have to do is you still have to talk to people, but it's people basically. It's coworkers. Oh my gosh, I feel someone can see me, because we're at the stop and it's taking forever. But yeah, I think I did struggle a lot. When I do leave a job, I do struggle to find a new one, because I'm really uncomfortable with interviews and just going somewhere and getting a job, because it's what if it turns out bad? I did have a really bad experience in Home Depot, the warehouse. I worked there for a week and I couldn't handle it. It's just, I really wasn't connecting with the people. It's so important to find someone you connect with at a workplace. It could be the reason you stay, the reason you leave. And people don't realize that, the people you surround yourself really make the biggest difference with who you are going to be as a person. Every person you meet will either build you up or tear you down. So and at the end of the day, it's our responsibility who we allow to get to us or to be around us, So, and I've met, where I'm at now, I've met people that are so cool and treat me so well. And I didn't realize how bad I had it in my old job. And we're not gonna hit any ducks today, or almost hit any ducks today. I was so scared. I thought I hit it, but it flew away like nothing. It didn't scare. It wasn't scared at all. Its life was perfectly fine, and I'm over here with a heart attack. So yeah. Oh, this is where the park we go to. But yeah, I had such a good day today. And the thing is, it's the thing about work is there's gonna be stressful days. I can't tell you there won't be anything stressful, but there's gonna be so many adventures, and you're gonna meet work friends, and you guys are gonna have work adventures together, and it's so fun. I don't know, it's leave a place you've always known. But what if it's better? You know what I mean? Like, what if where you're at right now isn't as happy as you can possibly be? And like a job, it's like, it's giving you money, you know? And obviously you should go to school and do something good for yourself if that's what helps you grow and what you need. But it's not the only thing that's out there, and there's so many stuff we can do. Like, I didn't even know about warehouses when I was in high school and how much it could help me with my social anxiety, because like I wouldn't have to deal with customers and all that stuff and people. Like, no offense, I like people, but I don't like people when they're like want something, you know, from like, and they don't see you as a human being, basically. There's so much stuff out there. Everything, all your hobbies, everything you like to do, you could find something to do with that. And I wish people were talking about it more. And like, school is, it's too much. I don't know, dealing with, you won't have to deal with children, basically, because like we're all kids in high school, and some people in college still act like kids. There will always be a few people that never grew up, and that's fine, but you don't have to deal with them. You don't have to sit in a classroom where they can bully you and the teacher can just let it happen because it's so much easier. So if I knew about where I'm at now, because I was nervous about the work area, I wouldn't be so nervous because of all I know now, all lived now. Yes, there are times where it sucks and it's going to be stressful, but the adventures are so worth it. I remember I was nervous to start at this warehouse where I'm at now, and I was telling my sister how nervous I was and how I didn't really want to go, and she told me, but think of all the adventures you're going to talk about later on. And that's when I'm like, damn, what if, you know, and now it makes me feel like I would never know, because I'm not going to be able to work everywhere, you know. I will never know the kind of people I would meet, the kind of adventures I'd have in different work areas. It's so crazy. And like the people you meet and how like different you are, and how every person you meet can teach you something. And that's something I've always, like, I remember hearing that quote where it's like everybody you meet is very good at something you are not, and you can learn something. And it's like, damn, like that's really a hack. Like, hearing people and what they tell you about life, you can just kind of like speed up the process and learn all this stuff before, you know. Like, there was this quote I really liked before. I don't know where I heard it. I'm not picking my nose, I promise. Oh, there's a garage sale. I love garage sales. Sorry, I might have ADD. I don't know. But yeah, there's a quote that said, normal people learn from their mistakes, or smart people learn from their mistakes. A wise person learns from everybody else's mistakes. And I always remembered that, and I always liked knowing about other people, and not just, you know, like, not because I don't want to make the mistakes they did, but more of like how they dealt with certain situations, because I'm a late bloomer to everything. I've never gotten drunk at 27, so, and I don't think I ever will, but like, when I hear people talk about it and stories of it, it makes me wonder, like, oh shit, now I know, you know, like, don't mix your drinks, or you could black out, all this stuff about it. Oh my gosh, there's garage sales now. I love it. Ugh, freaking summer. I freaking hate winter for sure. Oh, look at them all. Beautiful. I'm gonna be able to go to garage sales. Sorry, I'm off topic. What was I gonna tell you? I feel like I'm not answering one of your questions. I think a lot of the times it's like everybody's afraid of the unknown, but sometimes doing it kind of makes, the more afraid you are about the unknown, the more of like a non-big deal. I don't know the word, but the more that it's not going to be a big deal once you do it, you know? Unless you go for a really hard job. Don't ever put yourself in a situation where it's a job and you force yourself to do it and you hate it. Don't ever do that to yourself. If you have the ability to not have to take a certain job because it's so hard or difficult, or it's taking so much on your mental health, don't do it. I've done that before just for other people's sake, and it doesn't work. It's so dumb. Like, what's the point? If it's not good for you mentally, don't do it. And the other way goes around. Like, for example, I had a really shitty job. All my jobs have been really shitty. Warehouse jobs aren't considered like super you know, fancy or whatever, but it's like I was so happy in these jobs. I was so freaking happy. We had to wear boots for once, steel-toed boots, and I would shine them. I was so proud why can't I just be happy? Why isn't that our like goal in life, to be happy, whether we're working somewhere that's considered like bad or not? Like, who gives a shit, you know? Like, who cares where we work as long as we're happy? I wish we lived in a world where happiness was all our goal, instead of like trying to reach this impossible way of living that everybody wants to, or at least everybody seems to. Just try to be happy. That's what we should do. And fulfilled. If you feel happy and fulfilled, like, you can't go wrong, you know? But yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't know what else to tell you other than like, just don't worry too much about it. Don't take life so seriously. There's always gonna be change, and there's always gonna be more stuff out there, and if something doesn't work out for you that you wanted to, it's because it wasn't meant for you. I feel like that's a lot of the times when something doesn't work out for me, I'm like, maybe that's why destiny chose it. Like, for example, my last relationship, we were gonna go work together at a warehouse, and we ended up breaking up, and I ended up here. And because we broke up and our relationship failed, I met so many amazing people. Like, I'm just mind blown by all the people that I've met, and I've met them in such a short amount of time. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, and I've been here 6 months, and I already have like 3 best friends, and I would have never met these people if it wasn't for that relationship that failed. So sometimes when things fail, it's kind of like a blessing, you know? And I can't believe that. It's so weird. I would have never thought. And like, it's hard too when leaving a job that you really, really liked and that was part of your identity. That's one of the things I struggle with. I'm sorry I look so white. It's the sun. It slowly becomes your identity, and maybe that's what you're dealing with now, with school being your identity. And I was having that problem too in high school, where it's like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And I thought that because I was a student for so long and that's all I knew how to be, I had to go to college right away, and because that's all I know how to do, you know? But it's like, that's just not the way it works. I wish people would talk about it more, where it's like, you don't have to go to college or university right after high school. You're a child still. You don't really know who you are. You don't know what you like. So it's like, we have a long life to live, and even if we don't, do you really want to waste it when you don't really know what you're doing, getting into debt and all that stuff? It's like, you have to figure out who you are first. And that's why I wish people wouldn't like throw college down our throat so much with high schoolers, and instead encourage us to get a bunch of jobs of stuff we're kind of interested in, and then after that, whatever we find out we like, go into school if we need it for that specific thing, you know? Because that way you know yourself more. I don't know, but that's just what I think. Like, it's very important to know because if you go straight to college without really knowing what you want to do, and you just go with whatever, it's like, you might never be happy and feel like you know, like, accomplish what you wanted to accomplish, because you didn't even know who you were. I don't even know who I am, and I'm 27, you know? And it's like, let alone an 18-year-old. They could change. Hobbies change. You change. You become something else over time. And that's why it's kind of like, why rush into things? But yeah, I struggled a lot with my identity after school, because it's like, I was a student and that was all I knew how to do. But then I became, you know, I attached myself to jobs. Once you find a job you like, it's like, you don't ever have to leave if you don't want to. And it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you're happy there. And I've met so many people that are happy being at a warehouse for like 11 years, you know, and it's cool. I don't want to be in a warehouse for 11 years because I know I can't handle it physically, but like, felt like it's okay to be there for as long as I want it's such a good feeling. But yeah, I hope I helped you in some way, like, with that, because I know I was having a hard time back in the day when I was in high school or in college even, you know, like going to school for so long. Stuff becomes your identity, but that's the thing. It's like, why not look at it as a different adventure, you know? Like, you're gonna learn a new version of yourself. If this was a game, you're downloading a new like, you're going into a new chapter with new upgrades. Don't you want to keep going? Don't you want to know what's going on? It's like, your future self needs you to do this step, you know, to become who you were meant to be. Like, I always imagined the best version of myself, and it's like she needed to go through hard times, struggle, or like working and living in the real world, even though honestly the real world is easier than school. School freaking sucks. Honestly, I watched a show for a while about jail and how they had to be in there, and it honestly felt a lot like school. Like, it reminded me a lot about school, which was really weird. But yeah, I feel like if you could do high school, especially a very scary high school, you'll be fine. Because like kids, like they know they can't go to jail. They know they don't have extreme consequences, so nothing's really holding them back. Especially if their parents didn't, like discipline them at all. But yeah, that's just my opinion, I hope that helped in some way. And I was gonna talk about Sand. I don't know, Lou has been telling me that Sand has been hanging out a lot with Lily. So I'm kind of sketched out. What if he's like playing with both of us? Like, I don't know. And like, he just seems really, I don't know. I just don't, he won't open up to me. He's emotionally unavailable. We're going to Dunkin'. I need to celebrate because I don't know if like I'm reading the signals wrong, but it's like I really do think like Sand likes me. We had a competition. He came over my house, and that's not weird at all. I have coworkers over my house all the time. I honestly used to be the place so I sleep in the porch, so my room is really big. It's not supposed to be a room, but it's really big. So that I usually would let coworkers stay at my place as long as they needed with me because I have enough space for it, and I would drive them to work with me because I'm a people pleaser. I've helped 3 people. Yeah. One of them, I would actually drive for a whole week. She stayed over my house and we just drove together. We basically lived together. Another person, like, probably more than a week, but not all the time. He just didn't want to be alone, I remember. And yeah. So I'm that person, like you can, oh my gosh, this car next to me. Okay, we can go. I hate when people like see me talking to myself. It's like, I'm not crazy. My friends are real. This time. No, I'm just kidding. What? But yeah, so I was kind of the go-to person if somebody needed a ride or help in some way. They couldn't stay where they were staying. And it kind of sucked a little bit because I felt like I was being taken advantage of. But like, I knew that when I needed help, I needed somebody. Like, I really wished I'm basically the person I needed, if that makes sense. I always want to be the person I needed the most. So that's why I did it for the younger me, to kind of fulfill some need that I never had. So I never had like, a ride when I needed one, unless like I would just have to miss school or work, and it was really stressful. My old car is very unreliable. Every car I had before was very unreliable. So when I could, I would help people because like good karma, So it's not that weird to have coworkers over, and plus like Sand's my friend. But even if he was like, we were in a relationship, I would probably have him all the time because it's like, dude, I need help with my nightmares. So the thing about Sand, it's like, not only is he helping me sleep, but like, holy shit, I don't know what it is, but his scent makes me fall asleep. And I've never had a nightmare with him around. I'd have like a small little one, but it didn't do much damage to me mentally. So yeah, he came over and we had a contest. I don't know why we like compete with each other. Like, we raced in the forest, by the way, and the bet was whoever lost, the winner could make a rumor at work, and the loser had to play along with it. Obviously, Sand is a very like friendly person. He's friends with everybody, so he did not want me making a rumor. You can go. So yeah, he didn't want me to make a rumor about him, so that's the only reason he wanted to race. And I knew that was the only reason he would try to race me, because he doesn't want to make a rumor about me. But I wasn't gonna make like a really bad one. I was just messing with him. It's so easy to mess with him, I swear, because he's so like innocent. What is this lady doing? Okay, so yeah, and we raced. He won by a lot. I'm really bad at running, which sucks because he doesn't look like he can run. So I got beat by the work dork, and he could make a rumor, but he didn't. I still made a rumor because I'm an asshole. I told everybody he breeds frogs. Okay, I didn't tell everybody. I told Lou, and Lou started spreading it for me. I didn't even have to do anything. Now random people keep going up to him like, oh, you breed frogs? And he's like, that's so funny. Anyways, so he comes over on Thursday, which is his Friday. It's my, like, Sunday. We have a weird schedule. He comes over at, like, 10 a.m. after work, and we decide to play a contest of who can stay up the longest. And if we fall asleep for 20 minutes, we lose. We can sleep for 15 minutes, 17 minutes, but if you stay asleep for 20 minutes, you lose, and the loser gets drawn on by marker. So he waited for me to, like, fall asleep, but I had a timer on my watch for 15 minutes. It would buzz me awake. And I was asleep for a while, and he swore that I fell asleep first because he was already asleep. And when I looked at my timer, I had timed him. He fell asleep for 20 minutes, but he promised me that I was the one who fell asleep first, but we were, like, not agreeing. So I drew on him, and then he grabbed the marker, and he was trying to draw me, and that created the biggest marker battle I've ever been in. And I've been in a lot, guys. I don't know why, but yeah, it created the biggest battle of, I don't think I can reach. Ma'am, please, ma'am.
I have an extra large hot coffee, caramel cream and sugar, and then avocado toast.
Yeah.
11:32.
Thank you. She's so nice. Guys, should I pay for the people behind me? If I was rich, I would go, like, if I had all the money in the world, I would go to, like, a place that everybody gets their lunch for work, and I would just keep paying for everybody's meal because they have to go to work, so that would kind of make them happy. I would waste all my money doing, like, stuff like that. It would be fun, though. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So that created a big, like, battle. Where's my wallet? That created the biggest marker battle I've ever been involved in, and I've been involved in a lot. The first one I ever been involved with was with my sister, and she burst out crying in the first 5 minutes of it, and I got in trouble because she's a little brat. I'm just kidding. It's just young sibling shit, you know, to cry when you lose. Sore loser. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just mad that I got in trouble, but I was afraid that I would get in trouble with Sand because he looks like the type that would burst out crying. I really hope no one can hear me because this is such a weird conversation. So, we fought, and it was romantic. So, what I was saying is, we got into this marker fight, right? And I know this move I used to use on my sister, which is, like, I put both my knees on the person's arms so I could get to their face. And I did that to him, and it would work on my sister because, you know, and the thing about Sand is, like, we're basically the same height. Like, I think he's 5'6". He says he's 5'6", but I'm pretty sure he's 9. I'm 5'2". So we're not that different in, like, size and weight. So I had somewhat of, like, a chance. So when I did that, I pinned him with my knees, and it was not romantic at all. It was rude. I started to get his face, but he got mad, and he literally threw me off, and, like, now he knew how to do that, and he did it to me, and I spazzed out, and I started to bite him, which was rude. And by the way, I don't know, like, afterwards, my arms were swollen because of all the, like, pushing and shit, and he was, filled with bruises. I felt like such an asshole. I felt so rude. I told my mom about it. Oh my gosh, I spit when I said that. I told my mom about it, and she was like, wow, that's so rude. So I told him, like, I felt bad about it, and, like, I should make, like, I don't know, somehow, like, do something for him. And he said I could make him cupcakes, so I made him cupcakes, and it was on my Instagram if you didn't see. So I don't know if you like them because he only ate one. So maybe not, but maybe it's because he's a little, like, uncomfortable, like, you know, being at my house or whatever. Like, he gets really uncomfortable when people are around. I don't know why. I'm not the one hiding him. He's always hiding me. Like, am I that messed up? Like, do I look that that's strange. Are you embarrassed of me? You know, that's one of the things that kind of bothered me. But another thing is, oh my god, he did this move that was like super cringy. I was so paralyzed. Like, it was just, I'm so cringe. I'm still cringing. Like, I really wish he didn't. I told him to, like, you're a little bit cringy, you know. And he just like looked at me funny, like, no, I'm not. Like, I know I'm cringy, and I'm not in the closet about it. You know, like, I'm not in denial. I know I'm cringy. Maybe that's because I have siblings that always would like, yo, you know, but that's their job to kind of point out. And I guess he didn't have that. He had loving parents that didn't bring out his imperfections all the time. But yeah, it was sometimes it was romantic. I will admit, like, when he couldn't keep going for a long time because it was very tiring to like fight. So he would like lay on top of me because I couldn't get him off. I was kind of like stuck because I just couldn't get him off, which was very surprising because, again, we're basically the same size. So when he needed to break, he would just lay on top of me and rest, and then he would go back. It was so bullshit. And he said, like, what the heck? That's kind of messed up. Like, I felt like he was like offended a little bit that I couldn't get him off. It was just game over at that point. But yeah, he basically stabbed me a bunch of times with a marker on my face. I'll put a clip. I can't put a clip of him because he would not be okay with that, but I'll put a clip of myself, like, after the marker fight, because I took a video of my face afterwards. And this marker was not washable, by the way, so we struggled. I figured out how to take it off with like bleach. You had to like, afterwards we got washable markers, so. But now the marker fight isn't so intense because it's like it just rinses off, so I don't really care. But yeah, that's the update with Sand. We still haven't, you know, like, my sister asked me, like, have you guys kissed? I'm like, dude, I still don't think he likes me, like, honestly. Like, maybe he just sees me as a friend, and he said something about, like, it sucks to lose a friend because, like, it's now awkward that Lily admitted that she liked him. He feels uncomfortable around her, and I don't want to do that to him, too. I kind of felt like he was sending me a message, like, I hate losing friends, to, like, them having a crush, you know, on him. So I kind of took that as a sign, like, yep, I'm not going to tell him anything. In fact, maybe I should just get rid of my crush on him. And I don't want to be attached to anybody anymore. It hurts too much. You know, like, I keep thinking, like, if we ever did work out, like, how would you break my heart? How would our story end? Because that's how it always goes. And maybe I'm just speaking out of, like, I don't know, a bad past and, you know, putting it onto him. But it's, like, more than not, relationships end. You know? Okay, that's a bad note to end it on, but it's the truth. And maybe one day I'll find the one, but hey, maybe he'll lead me to the one. I don't know. Or maybe we'll just be best friends forever, and that way I'll never have to lose him. Well, I'll see you guys next time, because I've been talking for forever. I'm sorry I didn't, like, upload last time. I really didn't know, and I forgot my microphone. I forgot my microphone again, but, like, hopefully it's not too bad. Bye. Thanks for commenting, Charlotte, about, like, what you wanted me to talk about, because I always need help. And everybody else, I will get to you guys all eventually. There's not a lot on there, but a day in the life is going to be hard because I don't think I'm allowed to say where I work because I'll get in trouble. So it's just a warehouse. Maybe I can just show, like, parts of a warehouse. I don't know. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.